We'll see. We'll see. I think that times are changing at Disney. I think times are changing at Lucasfilm. I think we're going to see a lot of different stuff happening. We have a new sheriff in town, Chapek, and his deputy, or maybe what was that?
Two sheriffs, right? Chapek and then Arnold. Yeah,
right. I was just going to say that. I was going to Chapek and Susan Arnold, which actually Susan Arnold might even arguably have even more power than Chapek. You know, so it's interesting. So I think things are going to change. We'll see the direction, but it's fascinating. It's absolutely fascinating to see in the direction this is going to go.
And next time, to expand this out even further on the next show, I think it would be a good time to maybe go over some of the rumors, with Kathleen Kennedy's potential waning influence, some of the changes that we're seeing with the Chapek era, like you alluded to, OG. There's a lot of talk out there about Jon Favreau and maybe placing him in a more creative oversight position.
I hope so.
I think the potential ramifications for something like that could be large.
Yeah, I really like Favreau. I do. I really do like Favreau quite a bit. There's very few things that Favreau has done that I don't like. Like, I think the only thing I can really think of off the top of my head was the Lion King live action movie.
Sure.
That didn't work, but you're trying to recreate a masterpiece. I mean, who can do that? It's hard. But like a Chef is amazing. Like his stuff with Marvel, like Mandalorian. Like he does a lot of great stuff. I wouldn't be at all opposed to him running Lucasfilm. I actually really, really like Favreau. I think he's got the chops way more than Filoni. Filoni's a total creative. I mean, he kind of Filoni. See, the thing with Filoni is he's totally a creative. He doesn't have like the Hollywood chops really to run the studio, but I think Favreau kind of has both, and he would be much better if Kathleen retires. I think Favreau should definitely step in, but we'll see.
Well, the rumor of Jon Favreau and where he might be placed might be even higher than Lucasfilm. Like I said, a creative oversight position for the entire creative output for the company, not unlike a John Lasseter type position like that used to exist. That's kind of what I'm hearing. And Alia, I believe we had a conversation about this in the DMs.
He'll be like the creative side, whereas Kareem has all the power of distribution. Jon Favreau, the rumors are, would have the creative. He'd be like the creative hub, whereas Kareem Daniels is like the distribution hub director. Kind of like a mirror. They'd be parallels with each other.
Which would really make sense because, I mean, he has touched upon every corner of the company. He's done, dealt with movies in Disney. He's appeared in Marvel films and then running so many projects through Lucasfilm. So I think it would be very fitting.
And he has those integral relationships with Hollywood that, nobody at the upper echelon of Disney really has in the same way that Jon Favreau has.
If you had that position during July when ScarJo was becoming upset in her agency, then it probably would not have happened.
Maybe she doesn't sue.
Right. Very fascinating stuff. I think there is big change coming at Disney overall. I think we're going to hear a lot of stuff coming out of Disney in the next few months. Look, every time, and even in my personal life, every time I've been like in my job, like worked for a company, anytime you get like a new CEO or even a new like team leader or manager, they come in and they want to make their impact on the company almost immediately. They go in there and they do changes very early on. So this is when, look, Daddy Iger is gone. He's no longer with the company. Chapek now, he runs the show with Susan Arnold. I think in the next few months is the time you're going to start seeing big changes because that's typically when these new CEOs and what have you, that's when they do make these big changes, Yeah.
Might as well should just call it like it is, OG. It's not Daddy Iger anymore. It's Great Grandpa Bobby.
Yeah. Great Grandpappy Bob Iger.
With Chapek's contract running out, what is it, next year? About this time, sometime in February next year, then he's really going to want to prove things and get things done. So
yeah,
Arnold is going to have a look at him, Susan Arnold, in the board.
No, that's a great point. That's a great point because you're right. His contract is up. I think actually almost exactly a year from this month, which is like February 2023. He's gonna want to prove himself. He doesn't want to get voted out, fired, whatever. So he's gonna do everything he can. He's gonna and Alia, we talked about it. Like he's gonna want to get Hulu. He's going to want to, he's going to want to boost those D+ numbers any way he can. He's going to want to fix anything he can before that February 2023 contract.
And his big platform, his golden opportunity is being handed to him at the D23 Expo. So if he wants to pull out the big guns, that's probably the time to do it.
Right. Yeah. It's going to be a wild ride, as Mr. Toad says.
Exactly.
We'll see. Yeah. We will see.